388 yards, 2 touchdowns, and ice in his veins. Quarterback Brendan Sorsby is joining us now. Brendan, this was truly a phenomenal game. What did you learn about the resiliency of the Bearcats in this one?
Yeah, that last drive was definitely something. I'm not sure, but I heard a lot of oohs and ahs, so I'm assuming that I probably should have thrown a pick if I was guessing. But no, but that drive was unbelievable. You know, there was a lot of ups and downs on it. You know, a big-time catch. Just an all-around just great effort from our guys, and you know, I couldn't be more proud of them for, you know, finishing that drive and just everything that we went through. You know, I got onto our lineman, you know, for, you know, a holding penalty on the 1-yard line because he's straining too hard. I said, hey, we're on the 1. You know, we have 3 touchdowns or whatever called back, you know, and we still battled and found a way to pull it out in the end. So I couldn't be more proud of these guys.
Brandon Sorsby, Victor Cruz here, man. Talk about battling. Congratulations on the phenomenal win. I want to talk about, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm an honest guy up here on set. We all picked Kansas to win. I'm going to be honest with you. But with that being said, talk to me about the resilience of you and your team to go into Kansas, into a really good football, against a really good football team, against another really good quarterback on the other side, and still come out with the win. What drives you guys? What's your motivation week in and week out?
Yeah, you know, we think we can play with anybody. You know, props to Jalen. He was spinning that thing too. We just talked after the game. You know, we got to know each other a little bit from media days and stuff. So, you know, props to him and that team and just everything about them. You know, they're a really good ball club. So, you know, we did a really good job of just emphasizing the fact that we had to execute. And, you know, we knew that we could come in here and win it, but we knew what we had to do that. And, you know, we did it. So I'm really proud of our guys. And, you know, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan, so I wasn't really a big fan of you growing up. So that doesn't surprise me that you chose Kansas, but it's all right. I forgive you. I forgive you.
I love the honesty. The honesty goes both ways. I love it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Brendan, great game. Champ Bailey here. Look, man, I've been high on you from week 1. I mean, the tough loss in Nebraska. I mean, the way you kind of come back. And one thing that's been impressed me the most is you taking care of the football. And no picks all year. I mean, it just feels like you know what you're doing back there. But if you can point to one thing that y'all should work on or focus on as you move forward, I mean, the road gets tougher as you go down. What do you think that is?
Just continue to clean up the mistakes. Like I said, we had 3 touchdowns called back. You know, that can't happen, especially if you want to win a game. You know, we got fortunate enough today to be able to, you know, have the final say, but against a good ball club like that can drive up and down the field, you know that you can't afford to do that. So I don't know what they're doing in that booth, but y'all got a couple of good players up there, I'll tell you that much. Champ Bailey as well. By the way, I do have 1 pick on the year. It is kind of what cost us that game against Nebraska, so I'm going to need to.
I don't count that.
Yeah, no, me either. Trust me, I don't either. I don't even remember the Nebraska game. So, I'm just really proud of this ball club and, you know, our fight today and just everything that we went through and, you know, still finding a way to win. We just got to carry that momentum going forward and, you know, get ready this week for Iowa State.
Brendan, what's up, man? Takeo Spikes here. Congratulations on a great game. And look, listen, very resilient football team. I'm very impressed. But I got to ask you this. Going into the last drive of the game, you knew it was going to be the last drive. You guys were down 34-30. What was the message to the other guys inside of that huddle, the other 10, to let them know we got to score in order for us to win?
Yeah, you know, we know that we got 4 downs every single, you know, set of chains. So we got to do everything we can to keep the ball moving and stay on the sticks. So, you know, you got 4 chances at each 10. So that was the message pretty much is, hey, let's get this thing rolling and see what happens at the end. But, you know, don't leave anything out there. Let's finish this thing how we know we can. And like I just continue to harp on, just really proud of this group, really proud of the other guys, you know, that played today and stepped up and made a ton of good catches and plays. Our O-line for battling up front, you know, it's a really good front over there at Kansas. So, you know, we just got to keep doing our thing, keep building off of this win, and just find a way to get better for next week.
Brendan, man, it was fun to watch you play, fun to talk to you as well. We do have a tradition here on TNT.
Big time tradition.
Because you know Victor Cruz, you saw him as a Cowboys fan. You knew that when he scored, we got a salsa in the end zone. Cue the music. Yeah. Can we get a post-game championship celebration salsa?
I used to always have. There was one thing about y'all. one thing about Victor is that I got to see that my fair share of time, so I know how to do it a little bit.
I bet you did.
I appreciate it. Coming from a Cowboy fan, I appreciate it, baby. It looked
Yeah,
good.
no, for sure.
Congratulations.
Appreciate y'all
Congrats,
very
kid.
much,
Thanks,
man.
Brendan.
Y'all take it easy. Appreciate y'all.